Okay, let's try this again. Take 3. Anyhow, we're just going to jump right in. I'm sorry for the lighting. I originally had started filming this in a different spot. That phone died. I'm trying it again. The second time, I was just like, you know what? I don't like this direction this is going, so I'm going to do it again. So this is take 3. Next is by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings. I'm temporarily DNFing this. I read 1 chapter last month. I recently was reading a chapter a day, but I stopped reading it over the weekend. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just DNF this temporarily. I will come back to it, I think. So anyway, no rating for that because I'm not done. The other 2 books I did finish this month. This one's a carryover as well. Blackout by Lisa Unger. This one got 3-star. It's a mystery thriller. I liked it okay enough. It's a psychological suspense more than a thriller. The character has a twisted past, a disturbing past, and things in her past are coming back. And that's all I'm going to say for that. I think I mentioned 3 stars. Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. This 5 stars. Favorite of the month. You've got The First Son of the United States, Prince of England, Forced Proximity, Enemies to Friends to Lovers, Romance. Really good story. I enjoyed it. Writing style was great. Pretty cover. I got it from Barnes & Noble, I think. 5 stars. Some more books I read this month. I've got Truly Madly Deadly. It's a young adult thriller by Hannah Jane. This girl goes through some stuff. Like, things are happening. Her ex-boyfriend was drinking, drunk driving, died. And there's more to that side of the story. You find out through the book. Then a couple other things happened. She gets framed for some stuff. Well, it seems like she was getting framed for some stuff. And then she had to find answers. And then the person that was behind it all, it's shocking. I kind of guessed. I had 3 guesses, and one of the guesses was correct. But that one got 3 stars from me. And then we've got Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. Pretty cover. Girl lost her job. She was laid off. She's on unemployment, which doesn't really pay the bills. Her boyfriend broke up with her on the same day she lost her job. So she had to move out of the apartment they shared. She got this other job, apartment sitting at the Bartholomew. $4,000 a month for 3 months. That's $12,000. If something seems too good to be true, it usually is. This is a psychological suspense thriller-esque. Thriller. I'm going to just call it a thriller. But it's a good book. This is my first book by Riley Sager. I do plan to read more by this author. Okay, Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. There is another book. It's called Lotus, but you can read them as standalones. The other book is about this guy that's briefly mentioned, like he's mentioned in passing. You've got 2 people, they hate each other. Well, she thinks he hates her. She claims to hate him. So it ends up being forced proximity. Then they become friends, and then they end up together way, way at the end. And that's all I'm going to say. Because of how they had that forced proximity, truly forced. And the story is kind of sad. And it is, I don't know how to put it. Anyhow, I should have said this. And every time I go to try to film this video, I keep forgetting to say, oh, hey, trigger warnings for some of these. This is my 3rd take on this video. If I can't get it right this time, I'm just not going to do it. But hopefully I can. Such are trigger warnings. Not all of them have triggers, I don't think. But I don't personally know what could be triggering for somebody. But this one, I know there are things in here that could be triggering. So please search them up. I'm sure you could search up trigger warnings without spoiling the book for yourself. But the main character's name is Cora. Well, it's dual perspective. You've got Cora's perspective and Dean's perspective. If you like dark romances, I do recommend that one. Then The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. This is some heavy content. I cannot stress enough. Please start trigger warnings. And as I was reading it, it was like, this is depressing. I am not going to use the words enjoyed the story. I did like the writing style. I did like the story. And it's fiction. But the reason I won't say I enjoyed it is because I know in real life things like this can happen. But since this is fiction, I am going to say I did enjoy the story. However, some of it, well, a lot of it was just sad. The things this girl went through. The fact that she felt like she couldn't talk to anyone and tell someone. 3 years of this. It changed her. Like, truly changed her. So, if you're going to read this, please go into it knowing basically what you're going to read. Search trigger warnings. That way you'll get an idea. And if you want more info on this, search this book in YouTube, and other YouTubers have talked about it. I just don't want to say too much because I don't want to give spoilers. So that's why you get very little from me in these type of videos. I'll tell you what I read, I'll tell you my star rating, and just a little bitty snippet of what it's about. This one I won't read. I just don't feel comfortable reading it. Okay, so I am currently reading, I started this one today, I'm reading The Housemaid's Secret by Freida McFadden. I don't have a star rating for this yet. I am only on page 21, chapter 4. I will have to come back when I do my May TBR and put the star rating of this book in the TBR for May. I usually don't do that, but because this is going up when it's going up, I wanted to put this up the last day of the month, because normally this would have went up today. But then I decided, for my TBRs, let me wait till the very last minute. But I'm filming this on a Monday. This is going to go up. It's not going to go up on Sunday like I wanted. It's going to go up on Friday. But I'll come back in May when I do my May TBR and put the rating in that for this. If I've finished with it by then. I should have time, because The Housemaid's Secret is 300-something pages. Tessa Bailey, Happenstance by Tessa Bailey. This is only 200 and some pages. I'm going to go ahead and let you know that I'm going to try to get to this one too before the end of the month. And if I can finish both of these before the end of the month and before I film my TBR for May, I'll come back and put in the star rating for these two in May's TBR video. Hopefully May, I'm not going to say hopefully, I know May's going to go back to me choosing. I want to say go back to the 10 books I choose, and then that way it's back to normal. But I think what I'm going to do is only do like maybe 4 or 5. And then that way it leaves me open for a few where I can just choose at random. But anyhow, that is everything for April reading wrap-up. These I'll come back to in May. If it's not in May's TBR video, it'll be somewhere in a video in May. But that's it for everything. If you got Miss Hart, I appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye.